Welcome back to the channel, folks. My name's John Bull, and this is another Solely Voids episode, your free-to-play series where we only use Void champions. Well, everybody, we did it. CVC is done. We pushed hard the team into the Void. Shout out to everybody in there if you're a watcher of my series and in the clan. Comment down below that you're into the Voider, I guess, if you will. But we made it. Like, we were down like the whole time, and overnight we caught them, beat them. And yeah, I maxed out the rewards. I'm pretty proud of myself. I didn't think I was going to do it because it was a grind. I even went as far as to pull some shards. I booked some non-void champions that were legendaries. I mean, I have so much. And so that, yeah, we got a little void shard in there. And then now, even on top of it, if you don't know, now you know, you come in here and there is Unity Pack. No, where is it? Community Week Gifts. We're going to get another void. So we're cooking. Absolutely cooking. We farmed the Sand Devil overnight, and that was able to get us some good rewards. All of these rewards in the Sand Devil turn attack are good. And so now that we're getting those top-end oils, if you will, you know, we're really starting to make some progress in just leveling up our champions. I'm trying to be pretty conservative with it because it's still pretty few and far between. So we ended up with like thousands of energy that we spent, honestly, all on Minotaur today. I think literally every bit of it. I wonder if there's... I set the multi-battles when I go to work, and then I reset them at lunch. Do I have any left? I have one left. So, I mean, I probably... Yeah. So we started going back to the Minotaur grind. We did do a little bit of the champ tournament, or the champ training event, rather. Not super hard, but, you know, just kind of passively trying to do it. Kind of wanted to get up into here, but I just... I don't know. I know that there's going to be a day where we're going to farm that a little bit harder. So we've done a little bit of this, a little bit of that. All in all, though, we farmed up enough food to get the Faction Guardian back up and going because we temporarily didn't have that. So that was kind of it. You know, we went really hard in that time, so it is possible. I'm not sure I have the resources to be doing that pretty regularly. So we'll have to kind of have an ebb and a flow of what we're doing. So Curse City is kind of what I'm focusing on temporarily now. And the reason why is this Marius mission. I don't think it's going to be too much longer. I think, you know, we buy a lot of the rare souls. So I don't think it's going to be too much longer. And we're going to have that, like, you know, sorted. And then we're going to be on the Awakened stages here. So I want to clarify something that was in my previous video. As far as the true to its nature... solely voids, kind of over, guys. Here's what I mean by that. So we're in Curse City hard. We have to beat 3 of these ascended stages. Void, we're going to be able to do that. Void, we're going to be able to do that. Okay, we can have void champions in here. We have plenty. We have the champions to do that. Okay, this one here, though, is not void. It's magic only. We got to get to 5 stars. That's going to be a huge barrier for us. But, you know, is there going to be any way for me to branch out and try to get, you know, like this one, for example? That's a bad one because that's force only. That's a bad example. That's magic only. You know what I mean? But if you look here, we can't. We have to break the rules. And so... by definition, you have to have spirit to get into P1, so I can't take this path out and try to go a different way. I can't take this path because that one's spirit one only. And I can't take this path out because that's spirit only. So we are hard locked in this area. So that means to beat this mission, we have to level up and use some magic champions. And so that is 100% what I'll do. So I already have Razzlevarg and Ninja. They are booked out. There's no gear on them. So I don't know if I'll 6-star them because I think these two, him at 5-star, him at 6-star with some solid gear, I think that is going to be able to do it. That is the only use that they'll be unless we come across a mission that is, you know, what do you call it? You know, this is a bad example. I'll find one. I should have, like, planned these ahead of time. You know how the secret rooms go. Sometimes you can and can't. Like, this one is magic rare only. you know, if there was a magic rare. You know, we might even level a magic rare up to try to get in here, you know. I'm sure a Diabolist would be pretty solid for this. But you guys get the point. So, end of an era, folks. Solely Voids is dead. And now it's Solely Voids asterisk. You know, Solely Voids with an asterisk. So, it's gonna be a sad day. So, let's go ahead and pull them out. And let's peek at what we can do with them. Okay. So it's kind of like we got 2 new net legendaries. So I think both of them are going to be damage dealers, but I kind of want them to have some survivability. The only problem is I'm pretty limited on, well, that is going to be great for Razzlevard. But I am pretty limited on what gear I have, because otherwise, besides that, one piece, you know, I don't even have a helmet. And I farmed that 3x, but, you know, I was thinking I'd just probably throw them into some stuff like some Relentless, things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of cut right here. You know what? I take that back. No, I'm not going to cut. I can do whatever I want. I'm in charge of this video, I guess. Let's just go ahead. Let's see what kind of Relentless we have here. So that's got defense. It's got attack. Speed boots are hard to get, and they're already 16, so let's just go ahead and do that. Looks like we don't have any crit rate gloves, and I'm probably content with just crit rate. No attack either. Okay. So we're just looking for crit rate, speed, accuracy is like the perfect piece. That's a good piece right there. Let's just see. You know what? This seems like a pretty juicy one. I know it doesn't have any accuracy. Okay. So let's just go throw that on him. And then that's got a little bit of accuracy. I kind of like that piece. Let's see what else there is, though. Because we're going to have a lot of crit rate, so I don't think we have to worry too much about it. That's a great piece. Let's just go to this one. And then we got to find, you know, I'm kind of forcing him in a gear set. So I think it's whatever one we get. I kind of like, let's go to this one to 12. Okay, and then what I would like to do is I'd like to go to perception. I forged an absolute boatload of perception, so we should have some pieces in here somewhere that are somewhat quality. So actually, let's just go in here. We're looking for this and this. Primarily, we are looking for primary stat of attack, percent, and crit damage, or crit rate, because I don't think I'm gonna. Now that's a great piece. Holy cow! Look at that. And there is an artifact enhancement up here. Would have liked speed, but... Oh, that's attack percent. I thought that was crit damage. Or crit rate. Shoot. Wow, I don't have... How do I not have any of that in here? Or attack percent. That's disappointing. Okay, what else do I have here? Let's look. Because we're going to need a little accuracy. Crit rate... I wouldn't mind something that gives me a little boost to that. Like that. That's going to at least give me 40 accuracy, and then now I don't really care what the other piece is. This is already maxed up. We kind of... So 50, that gets me to 85. That's like perfect. Okay. So now we just really need to... I mean, we have to have... Even if it doesn't have speed. He's relatively fast. Like, I think he might be able to solo that if I can get a good blessing on him. So here, if I could get a crit damage amulet. Okay, we'll just take that. I may have to. What do we got here? I have to go accuracy. Man, that's not enough accuracy at all, huh? So what can I do to get more accuracy out of him? I wonder if I maybe have to, maybe in here, put the ring on him, get more accuracy, and then force a perception set. But if I just don't have a perception set, then there's nothing I can do about it. I thought for sure I would have crit rate gloves somewhere in here. There's not one crit rate glove. There's plenty of crit damage. That is wild. Insane. Okay. I almost wonder if I go accuracy chest piece. Because I'm going to want him to freeze the waves and get some burns out there. Like, that's going to be his big appeal. He is going to hit hard. He might just hit hard enough where it doesn't matter. 138. I guess we just give him whatever's going to give me the most accuracy here. So this has a little crit damage, a little accuracy. See, I wanted it the other way around. Accuracy. This has accuracy. Give me a good trip roll on that. It's in that first stage, so I don't think it's going to be particularly intensive as in terms of the amount of... There we go. In terms of the amount of stats that we need. Okay, so this is what I'm going to go with. That 165 is going to be too low, but we can do some glyphing here. I'm sure there's not a ton of substats at all. There's hardly any substats at all, actually. You know what? We'll see it. There's not one. Literally not one in all of that. That's crazy. Okay, either way. All right. Our boy Razzle Varg here. I think we just get him fast, and let's see if we can get him in crit damage gloves, I guess. Because I saw a pair in here. Okay. And then he's going to be attack percent also. Nope, nothing there. Nope, nope, nope. This has a little attack percent in it, or crit rate in it. Okay, so let's look for just anything that has speed, crit rate, and accuracy. That's really what we want. So speed, crit rate, accuracy. Let's see what we can get out of this. Just avoid HP percent. All right, let's just go ahead and do this right now. It's not what I was looking for, but it definitely worked the way I wanted it to. Come on. Okay, let's put this piece on. And then crit rate and accuracy. I think speed is just more important, but we do need that crit rate. Put that on him. Do I have a crit damage? I do. So maybe we don't have to worry too much about accuracy, because I think we're going to be able to get him how we need him. Let's go ahead and level his ascension up all the way. And so then we can get the crit damage amulet on him. That gives him extra speed. We can get maybe a perception piece or a feral piece. There's gotta be something out there. There we go. That's perfect. I know it says 1 crit, and so our crit damage is there. And so then now what I'm looking for is chest piece. We're going to go crit rate. That's the biggest thing. Speed also is going to be important. I don't want cell. And I think I want it specifically in attack percent. So what do I got? That's already leveled. We could get something real gnarly here, right? 13%. Potentially. There we go. Let's just put that on. Okay, so he's 10 away, but honestly, that's going to be fine. And so we can get him quite a bit faster. We can get some more stats into him. Honestly, I don't think it's going to take a whole lot. The biggest thing is we're going to have to start hounding for souls. So we're actively looking for Razzlevarg and Ninja Souls at this point here. And then we are going to try to get them to do the dirty work, I would imagine. I can't believe we're here already, but that's actually a good thing. The fact that we're here at this point just after a year tells me that we have been making good progress. Otherwise, folks, I will keep you updated on what the game plan is now, but otherwise, that's going to be it for the whole video. I am actually going to record a video for Live Arena right now that I'm going to have for this weekend, so stay tuned for that because I'm going to be out of town this weekend. Otherwise, as always, I appreciate everybody stopping in. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and I will see you on the other side.